Hello? Oh, no, connecting.
Yeah, you're ready to go.
Okay. Do you see anybody in the session? Not yet. Because here, when I have the live session, Fabrizio, I have one, so it's me.
No, I have 7 people at the moment. So if you go
Okay.
to people in session, we already have 7 people.
Oh, okay.
And we will invite more now. Don't worry. So you can start. If you wish, I can start presenting yourself.
So good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I don't know exactly where you are. I'm Patricia Gomes. I'm ambassador of Singularity University in Cape Town. And our session is a discussion about a subject that is very, very relevant in Africa. I'm passionate to create new jobs. The future of work is there. And I believe that Africa can just jump in out of the flow that we have and create new jobs to develop faster. So I'm here today and I invite some people to join me because I want to discuss about it. I believe that we can teach new skills, and for the young African people, they can just learning what is relevant, maybe in a new way, and create a new life in the continent. I always say that I'm Brazilian, I'm not African, I'm not from the continent, but I have been here for 4 years, and there is amazing people. I support many entrepreneurs from small business that are trying to make a difference in the continent, providing opportunities for people to find a way to get some income. So today I was invited by Fabrizio. We are talking about unlimited realities, and I think Africa has unlimited realities nowadays. And with internet that is just arriving here everywhere now, as you know, Loom just come to Kenya and is giving more connection. So put people in connection will help a lot. We have some stories of success. The African Leadership Academy, for example, is a fantastic way to teach new skills. They are learning codifying, robotics, only things that they are really using in the future after they finish the high school, for example. Or we have many companies, small companies that's just coming up nowadays. And I have the opportunity and the pleasure to meet some of these entrepreneurs here in Africa. I went to many pitching sessions and events, and I have the honor to meet Tuli. Tuli is a woman that she decided to left behind her corporate job and start a startup to empower women. And I feel so blessed to meet her and to support her to come together. I wanted to invite her to come to the stage. So Tuli, welcome to our stage. Hello, Tuli.
Taking some time, but we're getting there. Hello, Patricia. Hello, everyone. Good to be here.
Good. I'm happy that you can come. And you are one of the person that I love to talk because you are always positive. You are creating a big difference in this continent. We are starting at South Africa, but you know, the future is Beautiful. So tell them your business. I don't want to talk about it, but just tell them what you are doing to change the situation in the continent.
Thank you very much, Patricia, and thanks for inviting me. I was actually thinking as you were asking the question that you are the best person to talk about my business, and the passion and the love and your involvement in what we are doing is amazing. So my name is Tuli. I am based in Cape Town, South Africa. I run an on-demand platform for beauty and wellness services where I connect service providers, brands to customers for services as well as for products. We starting in the Southern African region, but we are hoping that we will connect with the rest of Africa. I already have connections in other countries. We just want to get and build traction within the Southern region before we move up. So the passion is really about the employment opportunities that we are creating for these women that we are working with. If you think about it, beauty and wellness has always been a traditional type of career where somebody will have to work in a salon and be employed by somebody. What we are doing is we are creating opportunities for independent salon owners that can then take these services to the customers on demand. And with the COVID situation currently, you are probably aware that a lot of people don't feel comfortable because we're then taking the convenience into consideration. We're taking the safety component also into consideration because a lot of people prefer to have the treatments done in the privacy of their homes. And over and above that, we are introducing a new concept where we are then talking to the brands that are offering products, because then it's an opportunity for the customer to buy the product while they're booking the service. And over and above that, it's the data insights that they will be getting from that, because now we are bringing them closer to their customers. So they will know who the customer is and what is it that they're shopping and what the reviews are based on the services and the treatments that they're getting. I hope I didn't take too long explaining this.
No, it's amazing, Tuli. And indeed, I think that give this opportunity for women that can now has some income, because it's really tough. So we know as women that we have 5 journeys per day. So we need to be mom, we need to be wife, we need to be, housekeeper and everything, but we need to work. And I think that you are creating the opportunity for everyone has a flexible job, a flexible way of earning some income. And as a cosmetic, I'm from cosmetics, and I know that you don't need to be a master in something to be a beauty advisor, to do a massage. So it's a way to include everybody in the job, with a job in the economy. I'm very, very happy that I can support you, and I think you are doing a fantastic job. And very, very soon we are going to be all around Africa for sure. And thanks a lot to give me the opportunity to be in this journey with you and empower women. That I think it's really, really important.
And just to add, Patricia, if you think about it, it's one of those careers that historically it was seen as for women, but at the same time, it excludes all the elements of flexibility that women want. Because, if you're working 8 hours a day and you need to start building your family as a woman, that's just one of those careers that does not allow you to do that, because the spa or salon owner will schedule you for the hours according to the availability of what the business needs. But then it doesn't take into consideration the fact that you need to play your duties. And it's the same story that you have your child and you need to take your child to school. There's no flexibility. And what we are trying to do for our ladies is to give them that flexibility where somebody can choose and say, I actually work mornings only, or I work afternoons only, or I will decide when to take the appointments. But then they still have a way of making money, and they still have a way of doing the stuff they love doing, because you will find that most of them are very passionate about the work that they do, and they enjoy doing the work, but they actually don't want to be employed, which is why we're giving them a platform to be self-employed, but then with no need to set up and have a location-based salon. So you can be mobile, you can do your services anytime, anywhere.
You are completely correct, because this is the history. Salons are doing the job to earn money, and I understand, because it's a business model. So this new business model that you are creating, giving the opportunity for them to develop their own business, it's just amazing. Thanks for that.
And just to add, is there's also this element that anyone who goes for treatments, they just get to the salon and they get the price and they don't ask and say, how do you arrive at that? And the next person who sets up the salon does the same thing. So what we are hoping to do is to bring all the technical good elements, and this is where you've actually been very great in setting up the artificial intelligence on the platform and the stuff that we're doing, because things like pricing is a very sensitive issue. So based on whether you are in an urban area or in a rural area, you actually don't pay the same price for the same service. And somebody needs to collect the data, somebody needs to build some intelligence around it. And we've started working that some time ago, because then it's for people also to know. And you need to know, if it's a nice demand for the season, the weather is lovely outside and everybody is having the treatments, then put up the prices so that you can then maximize the chances as a service provider. So those are all the elements where we're taking the technology and bringing it to an old traditional career, and it's working.
Yes, it's how to use the technology to make better quality of life. Yes, I agree. We are always discussing about artificial intelligence and if it's good or bad. And I always say it's good if you use it for the good purpose. And yes, you are correct. We are creating a new business model, a new way of doing things. And I really appreciate that. I think we need more of this kind of initiatives in Africa. Because I always say Africa has so much potential that is incredible. The people is super, I'm not from here, you know that, but people is super open mind. They receive us. So thank you very much to create this initiative. I hope we can find people here that we can network and increase the potential of your business as well.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And thanks for your support. It's been great. And I am open to suggestions, open to anything that will improve the lives of ordinary people. And there's a saying that intellectual capacity is evenly spread across the world, but opportunities are not. And that's what we're finding, that there are a lot of people who are capable, do want to do some work, but the opportunities are very limited.
Yes, I agree. Thank you so much for that. And I will have other people that want to share a little bit of their experience as well. So see you soon. Thank you to be here, Tuli.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Patricia. Bye-bye.
Yes, Tuli is doing a fantastic job developing this new business model. And I'm sure that we have here more people interested in share what they are doing to make Africa better with jobs. So I would like to invite my friend Jean-Luc as well. I see that he's in the room. If he can come in the stage, just raise your hands, please, and tell a little bit to us, because you are a entrepreneur, passionate like me. So welcome, Jean-Luc.
Thanks so much, Patricia.
So tell me a little bit. Jean-Luc is from South Africa as well. He's from, he supports Singularity as well, but he's in Durban. I'm in Cape Town. So just let us know about your work as well.
Well, Patricia, I just want to say thanks so much for this opportunity, and firstly to say incredible congratulations with this event, but also to say that you really are incredibly passionate about people and innovation, and it comes through. And it was fantastic during COVID last year when I could bring you into a conversation similar to this one. And it really is this discussion on how does or whether should Africa leapfrog or not. And so a big part of my project here in Durban, of course, Sagacity Africa, is about that conversation. It's about entrepreneurship, leadership, and citizenry. And those are three really important elements in the leadership discussion that we were trying to inspire here in Durban. But Callum, who I know will hopefully speak a bit later, we had a really interesting discussion yesterday at lunch about leapfrogging and this idea of Africa leapfrogging. And we've had about like 250 to 300 years of industrialization. And this whole idea of leapfrogging, what happens if it's not necessarily a leapfrog ahead, but a sidestep in a different direction? And that's something that we find very intriguing and quite exciting.
For sure. When I'm talking about leapfrogging or jump, I just say why Africa needs to follow the flow of all the other continents. Just do completely different. And is why I support entrepreneurs, because I believe that if everybody in Africa wants to solve the big challenge that Africa has, it will be very easy to leapfrog. You don't need to, start learning basic of computer. You just go for artificial intelligence. Why you are just, this is what I'm talking about. And I think you understand very well that. So yes, I completely agree with you. We need to just, develop things in another way. I always say about energy, because as you know, South Africa has the load shedding subject, very interesting. But Africa indeed has the 10 sun, between the 10 sunniest cities in the world, 7 is in Africa. And at night, look at the planet. The place that you don't have lights on is Africa. And this is not normal, because if the sun is here and it's for free, so is the energy for free, why Africa is not, irradiating during the night? I don't understand. But we know why, regulations and all this thing. But we can have people that can change it. We just need to.
Definitely. 100%. Patricia, I could not agree more. And that's why I'm so excited for Callum Oberholzer to speak shortly after me, because a big part of what they do at Black Box is human-centered design and an incredible amount of empathy and understanding that's taken into the design of products and services. I think that's what we need. And I actually wanted to ask this question to the community or those in this event. The concept of capitalism, obviously it's been around for a long time, but if you had to put a word in front of capitalism to describe what capitalism is now, what would you put? Would you put bad, inefficient? What word would you put in front of capitalism? I'd love to see some comments in the chat section of words you would put or adjectives you would use to describe capitalism as it is now. Okay, thanks, Callum. Broken, I agree with you. That's a great one.
I can tell you, not sustainable.
Exactly, not sustainable. It's unsustainable. And I think my big passion here in Durban and South Africa is, what word would you put in front of capitalism if it was different? I find that an engaging conversation. How do we change capitalism or make it evolve to be inclusive and caring and inspire a more sharing economy?
You know, I was talking with Fabrizio, our host, about it, how we can create new initiatives that we can monetize something that exists already, because he's working with unlimited realities and sharing experiences that can be monetized maybe. So it's like that. Yes, the great idea, and Fabrizio can explain better, but it's a fantastic idea to look in a very different way, capitalism.
No, definitely, and it's not going anywhere. Capitalism is here to stay for a while. And how do we create inclusive health? How do we create inclusive finance? How do we create inclusive education and inclusive technology? And essentially, it really is just about making the circle bigger and encompassing more people in our definitions of what our enterprise is concerned with. And it is incredibly exciting. It's an exciting time to be alive. Conversations like this are so powerful for that transformation.
For sure, Jean-Luc. I totally agree with you. And I think when we empower people to understand that they can do it, you know, instead of be afraid or don't act. And this is the purpose of this session, is connect people and make action. We want to act. So we want to bring together people that can change this reality. And for sure, you are one of them. So thank you so much to share your vision. And you are completely correct. I'm participating in many discussions about the new capitalism, the sustainable capitalism. So yes, I totally agree. And new jobs are going to give us this opportunity.
No, definitely. And if I can leave the crowd with one last little bit of sentiment that I think is so important, and it's a big driver of what we do here in Durban, is that, and it's a beautiful quote by Marcel Proust, in the midst of winter, we found there was within us an invincible summer. And so hold on to that invincible summer within you, wherever you are, and keep having these important and powerful conversations because they do mean something. Thank you so much, Patricia.
Thank you to come today and to share your ideas. It's amazing to have you here, and know that you invite Colin, that I don't know him, but if it's coming from you, I'm sure he's a guy that share our ideas and share our passion to change the world for the best.
No, he won't disappoint, I promise.
Thank you, Jean-Luc. Thank you
thanks
very
so much.
much.
Thanks very much.
So yes, we needed to rethink everything, and we needed to find a way to distribute better all the rich things that we have here in Africa and everywhere. So Callan, let's welcome Callan to the stage. I don't know you, but I'm sure that I read about you. You have a company that is helping entrepreneurs here in South Africa as well, and this is amazing. So could you raise your hands and we bring you to the stage? Thank you, Fabrizio, for your help. Hi, Callum. I'm pronounce your name in a good way?
Yes. Hi. Patricia, there, can you see me?
Yes. Welcome
Great, sorry,
here.
just getting this camera angle right.
Welcome here, and tell us about Black Box. I read a little bit about it, but you are doing something that I used to do as well, that is helping entrepreneurs. I do not have a company or your flow, but tell me more.
Cool. Firstly, thanks so much for the opportunity, and thanks to Jean-Luc for linking me in here. Guys, nice to meet everyone. And so, yeah, a little story for myself. I originally came from the advertising world, and I worked for an international company that was in the UK, and I really was just looking for community that was using technology to solve problems within the city of Durban. And so I ventured out, I networked with some people, Open Cities Labs, Open Data Durban, and a bunch of others. And that's kind of like how this venture into civic tech and equipping entrepreneurs who are looking to have impact within the local context started. And so a little bit on Black Box, we are essentially a product design company, and we are really niching ourselves within the civic tech community, wanting to equip entrepreneurs and democratize essentially the technology that we've learned to build, whether that's progressive web apps and platforms. Can you still hear me?
You're coming back.
Okay. So yeah, we've tried to democratize technology that we've learned how to build and make it affordable. And we're still in the process of doing that for young entrepreneurs who have really good ideas, so that we can partner with them, build their applications quickly, and then get them to market as soon as possible to actually test. And so that's kind of like the direction and the niche of what we're doing here at Black Box. Which is similar to, I'm not sure if you know of an author by the name, he's quite a famous guy. He wrote Small is Beautiful and Good Work. Schumacher is his surname. He's a German-born British economist of like the 1960s and 70s. And he just had this idea of like, and Patricia, you made me just think of it when you said we need to rethink everything. And Schumacher speaks on first principles and intermediate or appropriate technology. And I think that's like a big part of what we're trying to do here, is we don't necessarily want to push people to things that are too high tech and almost they don't fit within our particular context. And so what we're trying to do is like find that in between technology that is really applicable and contextual with, you know, to solve specific problems with here in our local context. So yeah, that's a little bit about Black Box.
But you know, you are completely correct. I always say that I study exponential technologies, robotics, artificial intelligence, but sometimes we don't need any of that. If you can help somebody to just build a website and they can deliver their food, you know, farmers around Cape Town, we help many of them build small websites or apps, and they just sell their food for us now. That was not a reality before pandemic. So I just say there is so many good things that happened during pandemic, and the small restaurants that now they can deliver, even though they do not belong to Uber Eats or, you know, the big companies. They have a way to do it, and you are doing this kind of job. And I'm sure that you have stories about your clients, your small clients, that you completely change their lives, for sure.
Yeah, we're working on an interesting project at the moment with the Coffee Magazine and another group, Open Cities Labs, and we've built essentially a pay scale application called the Barista Wage Scale. And what that's doing now is it's allowing baristas to compare their salaries to like a national data set, so they can see, actually, am I earning what I'm earning? Is that fair? And it's also giving cafe owners a good baseline to set salaries off, and then hopefully enabling some really healthy conversations between cafe owners and baristas. And so that's been one tool that's really simple. If you were to look at it, you're like, this is a calculator with a couple of like data visualizations, and we're hoping and we're seeing it have impact already. So that was quite a cool case study for us.
No, for sure. And this is what we are talking with Jean-Luc about, the new capitalism, the way that we are going to get a new way of doing jobs and developing things. So yes, I'm sure this is a beginning project, but will be very, very strong for sure. So, and Callum, are you thinking to come out of Durban and go to Cape Town and other cities, or maybe other countries in Africa? Because your job, you can do wherever you want.
Yeah. So I think I was actually recently in Cape Town about 2 weeks ago, just discussing some startups with a young doctor and then one or two other partners. So love spending a bit of time in other cities. Haven't had the opportunity to do it too much as I would like to. Just starting Black Box, but I think, next up on the list is definitely Lagos, Nairobi. I'd like to spend some time in Rwanda, and also just seeing what people are doing, how they're approaching problems. I think it's probably the biggest highlight for me, is understanding how different people groups and different cultures are solving their problems, what tools they're using, and where we can assist and be a part of those journeys.
Fantastic. You see that I just present Tuli. She worked in a platform that is now working as well, and she developed this platform so to solve a problem that is very female problem when we are working as beauty advisors or beauty massagers. And so technology is creating a new way that we can develop business, that we can put people. So this is the kind of technology that I love. You are talking about, you don't need to use big technology. No, we don't need. But we have some of them to help us to do a lot.
No, completely. And I'm sorry if I am breaking up a little bit here. Our internet connection is giving us an issue. But, another example of that is we co-founded a product called OpenSeat. And the idea behind OpenSeat was very similar to what you're saying there with the, I think it was called Primu. And just connecting people, creating a community, and finding an asset where you can share that value. And, sort of the premise of OpenSeat was to be able to allow foodies and chefs turn their dining room tables into mini restaurants. So kind of like how Airbnb allows you to make use of your spare bedroom, OpenSeat was there to allow you to make money off your dining room table. And if you loved, to cook a specific curry or whatever that was like, and you wanted to open it to the public or to a community, then people could request to join your OpenSeat and partake in your culture. And I think we were trying to push this in the direction of tourism. Like, if you're wanting to come to South Africa, sure, you can go to a restaurant on Long Street or Florida Road or wherever you are, Santon. But what if you got to like actually sit in the person's home, sit across from them in their dining room table, meet their family, and share in their food? Like, that is something authentic. And so I completely agree with that statement. I think there are a lot of our problems that have very simple solutions to them. And we need to stop getting excited about what the West is doing and just look within and be like, cool, what do we have to offer? And then start. In the words of Simon Sinek, dream big, start small, but start.
I agree with you. And this is why I'm telling that we just not just follow the same route that the West or the big countries are doing, because we can do something very different. Imagine if we start to do tourism, virtual tourism, because everybody's so scared about tourism in South Africa. Here, Africa is beautiful. The landscape, it's amazing. There's nothing like Africa. And I think Africans, they need to be proud of it. So we should have the opportunity to show it outside. And imagine to stream live this kind of experience. It's a tourism. You can have as a tourism. I don't know if you have saw the Google Arts, where you can visit any museum in the world. So why not to do it? So you go to Google Arts and you just go inside of Louvre or wherever you want, and you visit the museum. So why not to think about it in tourism in Africa and just monetize this kind of experience?
Yeah, man, I think definitely worth pursuing. There's a business idea right there for whoever wants to pick that up.
No, I was talking about Fabrizio about this. He calls this the patient economy, where you share something that you are passionate about and you monetize it. So it's amazing. You get some revenue from that. So yes, I think with the black box, you can create many of these experiences.
Yeah, no, we agree. And we're looking for people that have good ideas. They don't have to have all the funding in the world. A little bit does help. And we want to walk alongside people within different industries and use, I guess, our experience to help you have impact. So yeah, thanks so much.
No, thank you to offer your experience and also sharing what you are doing, because, sometimes I feel like people, I always say that my difference with others, because people want to make things change, but people don't believe that it's going to change. I'm a little bit crazy. I believe that we can change. Each one.
Preach.
We can change. Yes. So I'm from this tribe that believes that we can change the world. So yes, if we can bring forces together and we just try to change small things, we start for small things, and we are going to build something very, very different than we have today. Thank you very much for sharing your experience. And thank you very much to Jean-Luc as well to bring you in the stage, because it was amazing to meet you here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Patricia. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. There is anybody else that wants to come to the stage in the audience? I would love, I don't know if there is other people. I have somebody from Nigeria that I invite, not sure that he's here. He's a young man that wants to change the world as well. Not sure that he's here. But if there is anybody else that wants to come and to discuss what we can do to change the situation in the Africa continent, it's more than welcome. Nobody?
We have a shy audience. No, honestly, not so shy. There's a lot of conversation in the chat. And also I see you created a poll.
Yes, it's true. I created one poll.
But you have to publish it. Can I publish it?
Yes, please.
Okay.
So yes, if you can answer the poll, I just wanted to understand what's the best way to create more jobs in Africa. And of course, I put the other options because I want you to come on stage and tell me what are the options we have to create these new jobs in Africa. But you see, Fabricio, there is a lot of people that want to create new kind of business. And as you said, is the passion economy. I just learned that today. Thank you very much.
I think it's a great model because what you talked before about capitalism, and I totally agree with Jean-Luc, is there for staying, I mean, at least for the next year. But honestly talking, in the different folds of the capitalism, there's a lot of business model that could work for communities. And the passion economy model, if you also, let's say, combine with the idea of community and crowd model, it allows you to create two types of personas, let's say. Content creator that can monetize their content, and also you can create entrepreneurs that can help this content creator to bring their ideas forward. And everyone, so that's what we are trying to do when we design an ecosystem. Everyone get a percentage of each single penny you will exchange, because I'm sure a lot of people will be pretty excited to share and be part of the way you live in Africa, or virtual traveling to Africa, or even taste some crazy food in Africa and so on. So there's a lot of experience you can offer, and there's a big world outside that will like to take part of it. And the good part of this kind of technology is that it's not centralized. So content creators are everywhere, and they can be everywhere. And the good part, as I said before, the time to market is zero. The cost to apply is zero. We have only to find, and I'm sure we can find it, a good way to bring data connection in the right places. That's it.
No, and as you talk early with me, I think there's people with fantastic ideas here. Fabricio is in charge of Internet of Senses, which means we are going to connect and not only use audio and video, but I don't know if you watch one of his sessions, but you can smell, you can taste, you can teleport yourself for another dimension, another place. So this is amazing. And I have been talking to him because I think people should be able to experience the African continent. And imagine, touch, smell, and taste wherever you are. So fantastic.
Thank you.
Pedro is writing that he wants to experience the African continent. It's a beautiful continent. There is a beautiful landscape, and people is very warm receiving you. So yes, you should virtually visit for the moment, but I hope very soon we are not going to have to be so far, and we can visit, because I have been living around the world, and I have been traveling a lot, knowing many cultures, and I feel so sorry that we cannot interchange this experience anymore. So I know that Internet of Sense will help, but Fabricio knows that I'm a human person. I love the connections and I love the touch. I'm Brazilian, so I love people. So, and this is the difference. I think that technology, it's amazing to make us a superpower person, but not to replace us. So our connections will be always very, very, very important. So nobody wants to come to the stage with me anymore? Oh, there is somebody. Pedro or Callum? Pedro.
Hi, Olá.
Hello, Pedro. They don't speak Portuguese.
Okay, we will do a
We do
session
not
in
have
Portuguese
people
tomorrow.
from Portuguese countries here, unfortunately.
Okay. Now, Patricia, I just wanted to come on stage to say that your energy is really great. I love what you just organized here and the people that you brought on stage. Indeed, I really believe that Africa has a lot of great experience that can be shared virtually. The example of the passion economy and just highlight the possibilities on how this work. It's kind of similar to the gig economy, but yeah, today, if I want to somehow experience Africa here from my place, I would Google and see something maybe on YouTube or pay Netflix. I don't know. So we would give money to big corporates, to big companies. While what we want to do with Experience Plus is really to empower the local guide, the persons that live in Africa. They are there. They just need maybe a mobile phone to stream to us. Let's start step by step with what we have or with what they have, with audio and video, yes. But the idea is that by doing this, people all over the world are able to pay these people in Africa. So the doers, they will get the money, the compensation for supporting the dreams come true, and to sharing the experience of Africa. And yes, may not be the same quality of a big production of National Geographic, we know it, but if I pay €1 to watch it for some minutes, this €1 for sure will help a lot people in Africa. So I'm more than happy to do it and to pay it. And I think that's a great way to support the passion economy. And by the way, while I was talking about it, I completely forgot if we have been highlighting the Share the Meal donations, Fabrizio. Have we?
Not recently. I will ask Sasha to give us the feedback. But I would like to say something. Probably Patricia didn't say yet because she's too polite or too kind. But I think we, as an entrepreneur, also have a responsibility. I mean, it's very nice to say, yeah, there's a lot of things to do. But I mean, I always say that, I mean, I personally receive a lot of help in my life and a lot of opportunity. And now it's time to give this opportunity back. And so what the energy of Patricia, I think, should push anyone is to really put their knowledge at the service of this problem, but it's also a good opportunity for anyone. So let's get the fever from Patricia in terms of move on, share your ideas, join us on stage. I'd love to see what Roberto just told us. So I think we have also a responsibility to share now.
Agree. You are correct, Fabrizio. So we have some people that is, do you want to come to stage, Joe or Roberto, and tell a little bit more about your ideas? Raise your hands, please. No, I think they are shy. But I really believe that we have a responsibility, and it was the reason why I left my corporate job and start. Oh, Roberto, thank you to come and join the stage.
Hello.
So tell me more.
Do you see me?
No,
No,
but
okay.
I can listen to you. I
Yeah,
hope
we can hear you very well.
Okay. No, my experience was very, very interesting because I worked for UN, United Nations, for some application, and also I met local entrepreneurs in Kenya and in South Sudan, mainly in Kenya, obviously. And I liked so much their fantasy, their creativity. Every time you show new technology, they imagine all the applications and creating new way to use the technology, a growing technology like RFID. Now there is IoT and so on. It was a beautiful experience for me.
So you are in Italy now?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know Kenya. I know some people from Kenya that I have been working with, but I know that they are developing excellent, different ways of solving the problems. For example, I know that Loom is starting there with the Kenya network there, and to increase the connection of the population there. So I imagine that is a very, very interesting ecosystem in Kenya.
Yes, also because they start without wires, so they are naturally ready with a radio communication. Everything is already mobile. In Italy or in many other countries, there are a lot of wires and the roads and so on. In Africa, not. So they started with a disadvantage on one point of view, but an advantage to be more mobile than the other country, other places. You know what I mean?
I know. I understand what you say.
And one interesting application that we developed there was for the cattle management. There was a big issue, probably, maybe also possibly in South Africa. There are a lot of fights to have the cattle, the cows. There are a lot of thieves of the cows that mark the cows with their own brand, like in the Far West, okay? And there is a technology in RFD with a chip in a ceramic envelope that is put inside the stomach of the cows, that it is impossible to remove, and allows to see who is the real owner of the cow without hurting the cow,
Wow.
the animal. And this is one technology, the advanced technology, particularly suitable in the places where there are a lot of cattle, animals to be tracked somehow.
Very, very interesting. I haven't heard about it before. Thank you to sharing it. So I know that in Africa, one of the biggest tech that is working is fintech, because there is a big problem how to manage the money inside of the continent. So, but sometimes I feel like fintech is good because it's giving the opportunity to exchange money, but for the other side, it's not building a lot. So I don't understand very well fintech, but I understand the good part, but I don't see them. They say that they're distributing more money, and I agree. You put more money in the hands of people that was not allowed to receive before, but I'm not sure that they are helping to entrepreneurs. And I know that in Cape Town, we have many fintechs. They are working and helping, but sometimes I feel like the fees are so high. So your idea of how to track the cows, it's amazing. I haven't heard, and it's like asset management. And this is very nice. Very nice. Any other project that you have worked there?
Mainly with RFID in that case, because I had two missions there, mainly focused on RFID. Even if I don't dealt only with RFID, but the application of RFID are very wide. For instance, warehouse management, all the supply chain, the tracking of products, animals, tracking of vehicles, for instance. For UN, for instance, there was a problem to track every passage of the vehicles to know where they are, and track also all the tools they have, the tools to work, but also the weapons, okay, because they use obviously also weapons, and do the RFID allows to do warehouse management more or less in real time. With just a movement inside the room, you can know what there is inside that room without looking the barcodes where they are in every asset,
Understand.
Yeah, so the warehouse management is have big advantages in using the RFID technology. Yeah.
But it's expensive, I guess.
No. If using the passive technology, now a label, an RFID label costs about 5 cents.
Okay.
Okay. If you know, there are distributors that are using the RFID inside the dress. The dress is the one big application that we have done in Italy was for one big brand that put the RFID inside all the dresses, and so all the passages from the production to the warehouse from the delivery are tracked with RFID. For instance, it is possible to see what is inside a box without opening the box.
Okay. So just to confirm, Roberto, it's 5 cents, you said. 5 cents of euro, you say?
5 cents of euro, yes, about 4 cents a dollar, 4 million pieces.
Wow. Yes, it's not expensive at all.
No,
we have somebody in the chat asking, it's 5 cents? And yes, it's not expensive at all. Interesting, very interesting. Thank you to bring that idea to us and this knowledge. It's really interesting to know that we have this kind of technology, not so expensive. But this project was only running in Kenya. So.
No. I did a couple of missions in Kenya, in South Sudan, and then there was some trouble, in South Sudan and a war. So I returned to Italy in time, fortunately. But in Italy and also in other foreign countries, I developed many applications of RFID in a lot of different industries, because tracking supply chain is an issue regarding a lot of types of industries, obviously.
So thank you very much, Roberto, for coming here to the stage to accept the invitation. We are almost finishing our session. So I would like to thank you and ask you to join, if you can, the Singularity University community. It's free. I'm in charge of the Cape Town chapter. We try to bring people together. Maybe I can connect your expertise with somebody in the African continent, and we can change something. So please go there, connect. I will look for you and connect to you and bring you to help us to solve this big challenge here. Thank you very much. So we are almost done, Fabrizio, I guess.
Yes, I mean, It's 6:04, but if there's more people who have the last time question, because the conversation is going great, so I'm very afraid to say, oh, I'm sorry, we are running out of time, because I love the conversation. I also, thanks Roberto, I mean, love the expertise you bring on stage. This is what is very important, and I love, Patricia, invite you to join Singularity to share your expertise and maybe replicate. So yes, we are running out of time, so I will invite Pedro now on stage to close the session. But if there are some last question, please don't hesitate to go on asking. And I will invite you also to connect to Patricia. You can find her on LinkedIn. Her LinkedIn is available on our website. You can find her on Singularity, and she will be around also tomorrow. So I'm sure you will have opportunity to meet her. But
yes, and we can meet in the lounge. So tomorrow I'll be in the lounge. We have some rooms, so we just go there, guys, and we can talk and thinking how to change some ideas and move forward. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Fabrizio. And let's the stage for Pedro. Welcome, Pedro, again.
Thank you, Patricia.
Yours.
Obrigado.
Thank you very much.
So the first day is running out, and we are tired, honestly, but it was very exciting. And again, I would like to thank, we are the young supporters. We would like to thank all the people who made this event possible, starting with Patricia, but worked a lot in the backstage, Torsen, Sasha, Pedro, and Tisha from Singularity, and a lot of other people, and more than 60 chapters that made this event possible. Now it's only a stop, so we will let you going to have your normal day, evening, relax, and we will meet again tomorrow. We will have even more speaker and more session. We shared 61 meals, but it's quite good result, but I'm sure tomorrow we will do more. So I will go on share the opportunity of share the meal, because that's another very practical way, going back to my idea of we need to give something back to people. And Pedro, last words?
Yes, so take the advantage of the platform, of the ecosystem that we started to build here, connect with the other participants, join the tables, as Patricia said. So today was the first day, but still tomorrow there will be a lot of time and room and space for synergies. We built this really for the community, for building an ecosystem. It's around exponential technologies and Internet of Senses, but any other idea, any other way to improve societies, to develop, are more than welcome. So I hope that everyone had a great time, and I hope to see you all tomorrow once again. And yeah, interact on the social media channels. Sorry if I spammed some of you, but yeah, the idea is really to create value for everyone.
Thank you again. And have a great day, evening, or night, because I see someone is already in a late night. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Bye-bye. Thank you.